Welcome back to another episode of Fallen London. Since last time I did play the Season of Skies, which is Fate Lock content. It was the first episode of the season. There's 3 parts to the Season of Skies. One comes out each month. And just the other day, the first part of this season came out. And it was called the Persona Engine. So to give you like kind of a spoilery overview of what happened, it involved, you noticed there was a bunch of forgeries going on, and you started investigating the first of the forgeries. And the first of the forgeries was all linked to a mathematician who created some blueprints. And apparently he used 3 different people to create a machine called the Persona Engine. And the machine was essentially an AI, where it could simulate, you could kind of talk to it. And then you got a choice at the end whether to destroy it or keep it around. So it took about 2 hours to do. And it involved talking to lots of people. Wasn't very complicated. I mean, there's no puzzle aspect of it, but it was just a bunch of reading. It wasn't too bad. Anyway, that was the Season of Skies. So let's keep going. We're here at Lady Bones Road, and we're trying to increase our watchfulness. So we already did some of this stuff last time. I think last time we were talking to this Vicar guy, and he wants to know about hell. And so if you go ask the people in hell, my watchfulness is too low to really kind of get any sense of what's going on there. So there's nothing I can do there. We've already seen these 2. There's nothing there. This one's a recurring one. These two are exceptional stories. This was the exceptional story before the Season of Skies. It's called Season of Rex. I've unlocked the last of the 3. That's when I became an exceptional friend and got this one. But the first of the 2, I do not have unlocked, and I have not played them. I haven't played the 3rd one either. So the only thing left to do is this stuff right here in Lady Bones Road. Case of the Honey Addled Detective. Pursue your current case. So if we go talk to this guy. He says, okay, frequent key locations. The places might have been important in this case. Perhaps they're worth revisiting. That gets us 6 detective progress for 3 actions. A pattern is forming. Strangers, bystanders, eyewitnesses, and just possibly a familiar face. Closing the case, the Honey Addled Detective. Imagine a man in his capacity living on Moloch Street. Making your name. Closing the case, the Honey Addled Detective. The inhabitants of Moloch Street are reticent. The detective must have paid them for their silence. But you're certain that his apartment, there on the top floor, where the candle flame swims behind the window in a green glass lobster pot. You can approach him boastfully or approach him humbly. Sir, you will learn my value very quickly. Let's do humble. He watches you from a rocking chair, huddled in a gray navy greatcoat. Perhaps. Not for me, I suspect, but I'm certain we can work together. Move to a new area after the case. You're now acquainted with Honey Addled Detective. Got 20 whispered hints. When you next visit the Honey Addled Detective, he's threatening his hat stand with a cane. The chase is at an end. Surrender your ladyship's jewels and come with me. His lips are twisted with an exhilarated smile. An empty jar of honey lies by his chair. Smack some sense into him. Oh, bother. A strong blow should smack him back to reality. Reason with the detective. His honey habit is vile. It has diminished him. But surely you can prove to him that the hat stand is not a thief. Observe him in his honey-addled state. Perhaps you could learn something if you let the scene play out. Go along with his delusion. He's lost in a dream. The kindest thing would make sure it ends happily. I could observe him. The honey-addled detective advances on his hat stand. With a deft flick of his cane, he sends it toppling to the floor. Sorry, old fellow, but you had your chance. He kneels and picks up a mirror shard by the stand. Now, the lady's jewels will. He pauses when he catches his reflection after a moment. He presses a hand over his eyes. With a sigh, he stands and turns. He meets your gaze, his eyes filling with tears. I fear I must ask you to leave for the day. I wanted to discuss a matter with you, tattoos, but another time perhaps. Got some 3 watchfulness, that's nice. All right, case is closed. This is the end for now. Record the matter in your journal. A kettle on the boil, an armchair waiting your graceful weight. The temptingly creamy surface of an empty page. Perhaps one day you'll publish. Lessons learned. And setting down the details. One always records a few final points of interest. More watchfulness, whispered hints. Compilation of case notes. All right. Now it looks like there's more stuff to do. I don't see the honey-addled detective in this list. Okay. Making your name. Find a tattooed courier's contact. The constables suspect that revolutionaries are using clathermouth tattoos to feed information to a foreign power. You'll need to build up a seeking to quality of at least 5 to complete this. Accept a commission. A tattooed courier arrives in the city every month and stays a few days. She must meet a source during that time. Identify their source. This may be a challenge. It is vital that the source suspects nothing until the constables are ready. Straightforward approach. Follow her. Dropping back a little. Your target is stopped to tie shoelaces a little too often for your peace of mind. Where are they off to? She meets a sign painter. She stops her coffee at a rough coffee house full of finger-waving radicals and takes a walk through Tyrant's Gardens. The route meanders around London, but you stay close. This might be faster. Search their belongings. Your target is too good to leave anything important in her room, but a little cunning. Perhaps you can get a look at the contents of the bag. Got a bunch of shadowy, so I can do that. You succeeded in the shadowy challenge. You found something, a nudge, an apology, and a deft rummage inside the Valis? I don't know. Interesting. Let's keep doing this one because this is watchfulness, which I need to increase anyway. Oops, wrong button. She meets a sign painter, stops for coffee at a rough... Okay, that's the same thing. You're close to finding the tattoo's courier's contact in London. Aha. Nearly there. The contact is hiding somewhere in a tangle of narrow, sulfur-tainted streets near the Hangman's Arch. You'll soon have them. Nope. Damn that courier. She must have realized you were following her. She disappears into the yellow-tinted fog that washes around the brass embassy. Nope. There we go. You've located the source, an ancient gin-soaked actress. Her role in this affair isn't clear. Is she some kind of spy mistress? An agent of a foreign power? An anarchist? She doesn't look like much of a paragon of spycraft, but that might be the point. Further investigation is warranted. Continue this venture to unlock more of the storyline. Making your name. Find a tattoo's courier's contact. Your investigation continues. Build up seeking. This is definitely an action sponge. I'm not really gaining watchfulness very fast. Nor am I succeeding very often. You would think with 70% chance I would succeed more often. Okay. Well, I got to 5 anyway, and I'm out of actions. All right, thanks for listening. See you next time on Fallen London.